the 12
Bro,
There were a few knockdowns.
and every single round was a close one.
You know that video? If you go to heaven, don't see me.
Welcome to the pup.
Literally, that's that Nelson Mandela saying. Together, we can literally do more. The journey continues.
Welcome to the pop. Pop. Welcome to the pop. Pop. Welcome to the wow. Wow. Tim, how you doing, bro?
Hey man, I was fighting this bag the entire time.
But, bro?
I was trying to run the thing, dog. But
homie.
I failed. But guys, as you can see, word cultish.
Yeah.
Word cultish yet again, just like last week with
Yeah.
K Faith. Go check out that episode if you
Go
haven't.
check it out.
Because guys, as I said, we're getting bigger and better every single time. Even though she hates swimming, she still got bars. Alex, who we got today?
I'm dead.
We said Zim, we said Ethiopia.
Hey! Don't tease me.
We said young rapper. Rappers.
I'm so dead.
It's the realest.
Yes.
It's the real niggas.
It's the goat.
It's the
Durag.
goat.
It's the goat.
Hey, before we get into it, we need to name that guy.
Yeah.
Hanna, you gonna help us?
Why don't we all take a step back? and then look, because the name's just gonna come to
We
us.
need to name him, man.
I mean,
He's been here for us.
Begumus, dog.
Big Moose,
Begumus.
isn't that?
Watch the house. Watch the
I'm not
house.
good at naming things, so I think you guys need to.
I think Big Moose.
Begumus.
Big Moose. Big
Okay,
Moose.
that's fine. I'm not
Welcome,
good
Big
at that.
Moose.
Yo.
But welcome the real niggas one time.
What's up?
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
How you
Thank
doing?
you for having me, guys.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Well, it's sad to come. Yeah, I told you I was coming.
I mean, come on.
That's facts.
Who knew that we were in second year would be hosting a podcast at some point, eh?
Nah.
Crazy stuff.
Crazy
stuff.
life,
It's
man.
actually been a long time.
It actually has been a long time. How's your life been?
Life?
Yeah.
Good. It's been good. It's been, life.
Yeah.
Ups and downs.
Fair.
But it's been good. Especially lately, yeah.
What you been up to?
Well, I just graduated.
You! Yes, sir! Uninated by the live studio audience!
Bachelor of Science, baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Proud
since
of you.
grad.
That's comp side too, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was not fun. 10 out of 10. Don't do it. But I'm
Yeah.
glad I'm done. So
Yeah.
after finishing, I went home, back
Yeah.
to Zim.
Yeah.
Been there for most of this time, actually.
Yeah.
Only got back recently. So I've been home just like figuring
Taking
out
it
what's
in.
next. Yeah. Basically, yeah.
That is true. I hadn't seen you in a while until I saw you again.
And then you started seeing me everywhere.
Exactly. I know popped out and she doesn't want to pop back in, bro. I'm happy though.
As soon as I got
happy.
back into the city, every single time I went out, I was seeing people I knew, which was
Yeah,
really nice
I
because
love
like
that.
I missed the city. I
It's
missed
like
people.
that sense of home a little
Yeah.
bit, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, love that.
We did shout out Cultish earlier. I think it also makes sense to talk about the drip today a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
It's time for the drip cam.
Oh.
Hey, yo, so Hanna, in case
Yeah.
you didn't know, Drip Cam is a segment of the show where we let us put on what we got on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I haven't said this to you before, but you said this in an episode, like maybe like 10 episodes ago.
What's up?
Put on what you got on.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Sheesh.
Let's go.
Let's go. What you got on
Who's
today?
starting? Oh, me.
Yeah.
Well. Let's start from the bottom, Easy foam runners,
Ooh.
my babies.
Ooh.
Gotta wear them.
Cozy.
Wearing these Bambi shorts. This is a local brand, I think.
Bambi.
Okay.
Yeah, Bambi.
I haven't heard of
I
those,
actually
but they
saw
look
them at
fire.
the airport. See, this is the problem with airports. I
Ah,
was trying to check into my
trap.
flight, and then it was checking
Trap.
hadn't opened.
You saw some
and I
yellow
saw
shorts
something
looking at
looking
you.
good. I was like, and those airport prices.
Chop.
said it's game time.
Bambi shorts, and then this is one of my favorite shirts. This is actually a shirt from the Kehlani merch store.
Wow.
This is from back in like 2018, I think.
Crazy.
When she dropped this song Honey, and this was the last shirt online. So I fought for it. As you can
Crazy.
see, it's quite big. It's like an extra
Yeah.
large, so I got it, cut it.
It
Looks
makes
like it'll
sense.
fit
Mm.
I had to.
It looks like it'll fit me.
Don't do that.
Can you fight?
Exactly.
And then I see you got the Cultish on the top.
You already know. How could I forget? It was just so comfortable. I didn't even realize it.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's so cozy.
The cultish cap, just some light jewelry.
Yeah.
Yes, looking good, looking good. I
Thank
see
you,
you just for posties. I like
I
that.
had to cover the drip, look at you guys.
Yeah.
Good try.
Yo, yet again,
Tell me
guys,
what you got on.
thank you for asking me, Alex. weeks.
Yeah.
Of course.
So last week I was in like the dark thing, you know, I had a cap on, cultish again, said bucket at the sun, I said light. When I said light, I said my girlfriend said light. Yeah, because she's the one that dressed me. Get again.
Yes.
So guys, that's what I'm wearing. Put on what you got on, my guy.
Obviously, just for my girl, you know what I'm saying? I kept the A.
Wait, this is gonna become a thing. I want that.
What's up? Just for my girl.
It's been a few times.
Just as you gotta tell them, bro. It's a joke,
Like, I'm being honest too, but like it's also like, yo, shit, bro. Like we're really proud of having girlfriends.
No, they're dressing us, bro.
They're doing amazing.
Imagine they didn't dress us.
I'm the only one who dressed myself.
Damn. Whoa.
Damn,
Don't
that's
say it like
crazy.
that,
That
bro.
sounds so, I'm not gonna lie.
The tone for me.
It's not what you think it is.
Nah, you know the Kevin Hart, like, how old are you video?
Yeah, bro.
So anyways, I got ASOS on the cardies. I got ASOS on the pants. I got my boy Anonymous on the top.
Nice.
You know, Lucid on the hands. You know, cultish. With my favorite message of all time, like, question everything, man.
Did you really put
Cape
it the
Town.
wrong way?
No. I looked at it. I had to make sure. Question
fine,
everything. Question everything. And that's the vibes, man. But let's get into it. Like, Hanna, dog, we are so happy you were here.
Thanks.
We're happy that we finally get to break down a little bit of that's what you've been up to and like what your activities, your music, your life, bro. Like, I feel like you are an artist who was before your time. You know what I'm saying? You popped off and you popped everywhere.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I think this is a great chance and opportunity to finally hear you say something about how you feel about all of that.
Yeah, thank you.
So, do you want to start there? How do you feel about all of that? You know?
How do I feel about it? I mean, damn, how do I feel about everything?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
work
How do you
away.
feel about the fact that everything has culminated to today?
To today.
Mm.
I feel good about it. I think, like, obviously I'm speaking in retrospect, 'cause at the
course.
time, my perception of what was happening was so different. And, like,
course.
it was a lot happening. And very unexpectedly. So now I look back on it and I think, like, it feels like this was all meant to happen.
Yeah.
Like, for anyone who knows kind of what happened briefly, the brief story is
Hit us.
I just started posting videos on social media,
Yeah.
and like the first one that I posted just took
Ooh,
off.
yeah.
And I never really planned or aspired to like actually pursue music,
Yeah.
like professionally or even like deeply. Like I was just doing it for fun. So I think for me that was really special because it was like it found me
Wow.
and not the other way around. And that's what made me realize this is something that's like real, and I need to acknowledge what I'm being told by the universe, by God, by whoever you believe in. So yeah. Now I look back and I'm like, wow. Obviously, not everything happened perfectly. You know, it's the journey, and I think there's a lot of learning that happens. Being somebody who's kind of like thrown into that, and not knowing how to like manage all of those big jumps that happen, and just like navigating being in this industry is not easy. So, but now in retrospect and in hindsight, I think, everything made sense. And I think I'm appreciative of like how things went down. And where I'm at now, I think is a really good space.
I love that, and I love just like you being honest about when things weren't perfect, and like when things didn't go according to plan, because we all need to acknowledge and learn from that. But
Absolutely.
Another question I wanted to ask you, just from the same note, and I like the fact that you started with the beginning. So a lot of artists and a lot of musicians always had a phase of banter. You know what I'm saying? And then one day it was like, you know what I'm saying? I have to do this. You get in and you're like, I have to do this, otherwise I'd rather die. You know what I'm saying?
Was that day before or after that first talent show in high school?
Oof.
That first talent show?
Yeah, in high school.
Oof.
Damn.
Did you know then?
Oh, I mean, see, I think the thing for me was I had always had an affinity towards like music, but I didn't know what that meant. Like there's a lot of like musical influence in my family. And like
That's a big family too, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I've heard. We do our research this time.
Yeah, let's go. I love that. Yeah, it is a big one. And I loved instruments starting off. I started off playing piano and guitar, so that's how I kind of got into music. And I guess I should have known when I started bunking classes in high school to join the music group and have jam sessions with like the kids in the lowest streams and stuff. But at that time I didn't know. It was just fun. You're right. Like there was the banter phase, but there was no prospect of me ever.
So when was that? When was that? Wait, actually, was it after the first video that you put up?
Yeah, it was after the first video and just after look, I'd always enjoyed consuming music, right? And I had my favorite people that I looked up to and that I enjoyed listening to. And I think it was when they started reaching out to me, and I was like, whoa,
something's happening.
This is not just a joke, you know. It's not just a whim.
Play.
And also, you know, I obviously after the first time it happened, I was like, okay, let me do it again, and then I did it again, and then it kept getting better, and I was like, okay, so this is obviously not. You know, 2-hit wonder.
Yeah, exactly. It's a few hits that are wondering.
You know, the hits came and then I started wondering. I was like, okay, so what now? But yeah, I think that's probably when I started to be like, I didn't know what exactly it would turn into. Yeah. But I knew that I had something going on. And I was like, if people are listening, then I might as well.
So why'd you post that first video?
Do you know what's crazy?
Why?
So I started off at the UCT hip hop song.
Why?
Why? Try to answer.
Why?
No, I started off at the UCT hip hop song, and they used to do a mix. Well, they were supposed to do a mixtape.
Yeah. Oh, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, they were supposed to do a mixtape that no one's. Sorry, no shade. I love you. And you're a big part of my journey. I'll never forget it.
That Cypher Circle or Diamond Plaza.
Damage Control. But no, so they didn't end up putting out this mixtape that we had kind of worked on. Yeah. And the first video that I dropped was that verse. And so I was just like, I really liked it. I was just like, damn, I think this is dope. So I just shot it, recorded and posted it. And then that's why I posted it. I was just like, I mean, this is going to waste. I might as well just drop it. And then boom.
Way to listen to your guides, man. Would you listen to like your inner guide and like, I need to put this out there because it's actually fire.
Yeah.
What's your writing process like? Like specifically when say you're trying to just like freestyle, get on a track and thing, or we're working towards could be an album, could be an EP. Actually, let me not ask too many questions at once. Yeah, those two. Let's start off with that.
Okay, cool. So it's changed from the beginning. I think initially I was really big into like writing and like. I was a very focused writer, like I was good at writing and it was coming very naturally. And then when I started trying to actually make music, it's very different from like writing versus for Instagram. Yeah. Then it started becoming, okay, now you need to like feed off of energy, it needs to be more spontaneous. It's not as, like structured. Yeah. So I then had to learn a new thing, which was like just going off the cuff and trying to like feel the vibes and freestyling, which was also really hard for me at the time. So when I'm writing with other people, especially now, I guess it's more spontaneous. It's more of like a freestyle vibe. We're just trying ideas until something feels good, and usually like you'll know when like
it's with it.
We have the right thing. And then for projects, honestly, I'm like not someone who thrives in any sort of structure. So I need to just
not a computer scientist.
Bro, not the coder.
Take a look at my code and you'll know why. You know why it took us this long to
freestyle code.
Exactly. It's like, what the fuck is she doing? Anyways, but yeah, so now, I mean, with projects, I think I'd rather create whatever comes whenever it comes. And then I look at projects as more like putting things together after the fact. Like thinking about trying to create a project in the moment, for me, kind of like blocks me. Like I feel blocked. I feel boxed in. I don't like feeling boxed in. So I just usually look back and I'll find a theme. Like there's always a theme to like what's going on in your life. Facts. What you're talking about. Facts. Like your subconscious will always shine when you're creating and writing. Yeah. And so for me, that's how the project came together. I was like, boom.
I mean, humans will always display some form of patterns.
Yeah, exactly.
And one thing that music does is it shows you your own patterns in terms of what you think about. You know?
Gonna say something,
right? And you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Because the next question is, what has been in your mind recently?
Ooh, me? Let's open that can of worms. Recently, so I think after graduating and going home, it was a lot of just taking stock of like what had happened. I also lost my dad last year, so that was a very big.
R.I.P.
Thank you. Yeah, shout out. So it was a big knock and just like a huge like shaking of my world, and it kind of made me take a step back from everything and be like, okay, what are we really doing here? Like for real. Yeah. So I think lately, I've kind of been. What's been on my mind in terms of like what I'm making and creating has been just me releasing the phase of my life that I was just in. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I was a student for a very long time. Yeah. Fighting.
Yeah, my bro.
You won. You won.
But it was a 12 rounds.
Bro, there were a few knockdowns.
Every single round was a close one. It was close.
I think that is pure motivational content for anyone who's going through like just
Absolutely.
school and like figuring varsity out because it's tough.
It's not supposed to be easy, guys.
It was never easy, bro.
But you're not going through like your therapy phase, getting all those feelings out, getting those emotions out. So we're getting new music then.
Yeah, that's a good question, eh?
Yeah.
So
There better be one answer. There better be yes.
here's the real answer. The
Mhm.
real answer is like making music is one thing.
Yeah.
Putting it out is a completely different thing.
Say
right?
less.
Especially when you have like a mechanism that's bigger than you. You know what I mean? It's different. Like I'm no longer just dropping
Hanna
my
as an
music on
individual.
my own, and at this phase, I think it's really about trying to get the music in front of the people that need to hear it or that are meant to hear it.
Yeah.
Like not everything's for everyone, and I think that's like obvious, right?
You gotta accept that.
But finding the right people and like placing the music in a way that it can actually be received is really important. Because just dropping, I mean, I could drop today.
Say less.
You know what I mean?
I mean, why? Hey, drop something out DMs though.
My boy.
Little listening
Yeah,
sessions.
bro.
We talk about
Posties after posties, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You had to be
Sorry
in the live
guys, you had
audience.
to be in the live audience for
Yeah,
Aski's
sauce.
show.
Sauce.
But Hannah,
Yes.
I've always wanted to ask a rapper this.
Sure.
Okay, damn. I'm
You've been
scared.
you've been on tracks with some people, right?
Yeah.
You've been on tracks. Maybe you get sent stuff first, hearing other people's verses.
Yeah.
I know there's been a time where you've been heard a verse and been like,
Look,
oh, there's been a time you've been like, woo, I gotta bring it now. What's your reaction when you jump on a song with someone else and how do you attack?
can I build on that?
Please do.
On top of that, give us the name of the person that made you say, ooh. Not the other one. Not the other one.
This guy likes
But the
drama.
person was like,
Okay, but to be fair, I wouldn't be working with someone who'd send me something that made me feel like that.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay.
And that's also just an energy thing. Like it's not even about like knocking other people. It's just
Of course. Yeah.
whenever
They
there
do
is
stuff.
something in the works, it's right.
Yeah.
So, let me think of them. I mean, it's happened quite a few times.
You are up.
But like, let me think. In terms of like rap,
In terms of music, give us the music answer.
music. I mean, look, there are usually times where people will send me things that I'm like,
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah, I mean, look, it's also just, it's vibes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just in the right space
Energy.
to make the right thing,
I get you.
right?
I get
Sometimes someone sends me a love song and I'm like,
Damn.
bruh, I
The
hate
streets
everyone
right now.
I hate everyone right now.
Damn.
There's no way I'm making a love song right now.
Yeah.
Or, so it can be one of those things. I'm just trying to think because I listen to a lot of music. Who have I collabed with recently?
You actually said something that made me think of an interesting question.
Yeah.
You must hit him.
You
Do you want me to let you finish, or should I hit you right now?
I'm trying to think. We can get back to it.
Okay,
we'll
get back to that.
Because
Pending.
we circle
Remember,
back.
it's your podcast, man.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry about it. I hate that you had the chair for that. What's up?
Yeah.
It's me. Hey, it's me. It's my show. Sit still.
Talk to me.
Hey, yo, so listening to what you were saying, just about like being in a space to write, and the thoughts were coming to my mind in terms of like being an artist and being a performer, right?
Yeah.
So an artist is obviously, in my head, someone who will, what's the word, channel or funnel the energies that are like in their mind or in their hearts or in the ether. You know, that's an artist. They funnel that and they put it out in art. You know, and a performer is someone who says, "Hey, I see that. I know what I'm supposed to present," and they put that up. So in context of what you're talking about right now, would you say that you create your art more like an artist? Or would you say that there are actually times where you're like, I know this isn't really what vibe I'm in, but let me actually tap in because I really want this thing. How often does that happen, that you being more of an artist and sometimes you being a performer?
Well, I think that's a really great question, by the way.
Blessings.
So I feel like I'm more of an artist. Like I use, and that's sometimes a problem, because when I'm creating, it's almost like I'm creating for other artists. Like I like to create art that I feel like other creators will appreciate and like value. Yeah. So usually, I mean, it happens a lot where I get sent things, like you're saying, that I'm like, okay, I have to tap into something different. Yeah. That can also sometimes be a lot easier. Like I said, it's weird for some weird reason. Sometimes, like, being given something that's like not where you're at can just like bring out some of the best shit for some reason. Like it's like
Facts.
There was a Billie Eilish interview where she spoke about What I Was Made For, the song.
Yeah.
And she was like, being given a song, being told to write a song for Barbie.
Yeah.
At that point, like being given that, feeling like she had that constraint,
yeah.
almost made it easier to write. Because like when you're creating, I mean, you can create about anything. I can make a song about shoes. I can make a song about the fucking pandemic. You know, anything. Like you could make a song about anything, and sometimes that feels really overwhelming because it's like, where do I start? And then when someone gives you something that's like, which is why features to me are actually easier.
Yeah.
When someone gives me something that already has a vibe, an idea, a story, context,
I get you.
then it's like, oh, I'm playing within these walls. It's like, yeah. So I don't know if I answered your question, but it happens pretty often actually.
I think you gave a fair answer because I don't think it's ever going to be one or the other. I think it's always going to be some form of playing between both, especially with the features, because now you're in someone else's playground.
Exactly.
And you're trying to enhance that like audio visual, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to enhance that thing where if the song gets released, like Moses can go and just be like, wow, I feel these vibes, and it actually makes sense. Yeah.
And I just want to say shout out to our videographers, Moses and Ease, as always. And at that time, I want to say there's a question from the live studio audience.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go, lady in red.
So,
she was late.
So my question is, have you ever been involved in a festival such as like a Cotton Fest or a platform that...
Or rocking the Daisies.
You know what I mean? Like something that has allowed you to, that gave you a shot, right? Mm-hmm. And how was that feeling, and what like advice do you have for upcoming artists or rappers and stuff? Yeah.
Sorry, can I also just add another question one time?
Sure.
So before you tapped into music, because you said music found you, what is it that you found that you thought you were going to pursue before music? And then the process of integrating your life with music, what did that look like? Because I know that when something finds you, it's hard to accept it, it's hard to choose it back.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know, like, what was that process like, and what is it that you wanted to do before you?
Yeah, great question.
She was cooking, bro.
In
the kitchen, bro.
So, I don't know which question I should answer first. I'll start with this one. The festival question. Have I ever been like? Can I just send your question back to you and just let me know if I understood it right? Like, have I ever been given an opportunity or a platform that like basically put me on, and what is my advice for other people if they get that opportunity or how to get those opportunities? Yes. Definitely, absolutely. I think my entire trajectory has been a series of those opportunities.
Yeah.
My advice is, and this is what I have learned. Shoot your shot. Always. Never stop shooting your shot. I mean, the biggest thing, I don't want to say my biggest accomplishment, but the biggest put on that happened to me was me entering a competition that I was like, I don't even want to enter this shit. I was like, why would I do this? Like, leave me alone. Like, people kept pressing me, and they're like, enter. Like, trust me, enter, you'll win. And I did. And then, boom, it changed my life. So I would say,
take your chances.
Take your chances. Like 90% of the people that are succeeding, and this is just statistics out of my ass, but I mean, look, it's just showing up is 90% of the job. Just being there, because at the end of the day, a lot of people in the industry and working, even when it comes to working with brands and just anything you want to do, they're looking for people and they don't really know where to find these people. So shoot your shot, send those emails, just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. I think that's the best approach. Yeah, definitely, because then, hey, what sticks is what's meant to stick at the end of the day, and you never know. You really never know. So that would be my advice for anyone who's trying to do anything creative, and when it's music, just shoot your shot, show up to all the places, and you'll definitely see.
Let God do the rest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I love that. Second question. Oof,
deep question. So before, I've always had like a tug of war between academics and art, and so I was really, really into like sciences. Initially, I was studying to be an engineer, so I was doing electrical engineering and just getting my ass whooped by that degree for many reasons. No. Hey,
man, the cafeteria. We should have walked out of the cafeteria sooner. We should have left Jabi Plaza sooner.
Caf kids for real, bro.
Yeah. So at the time, I thought I was meant to be doing something in the STEM world.
Yeah.
But I always had my creative affinity. Like I'd always be either writing or painting or doing all of these other things. So to me that like kept me appeased for some time because I was still feeling fulfilled in some way. And I didn't know at the time that I didn't know which one was not fulfilling me. So I couldn't make it out. And then when music kind of found me, I guess, or let me not say music, or I'll say when the opportunity to pursue music professionally found me, it was actually not that hard to accept. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Let's go.
That's me. That's
this
definitely
looks like the road I'm supposed to be on.
It felt like it, but it was hard because it's like I've already started this path of getting this degree. And I honestly had a lot of people tell me that I should drop out and that I would drop out. And I thought about it.
They said, don't worry about it.
They said, leave that thing, bro. Leave that school thing. And I was just like, at that point in time, I think I'd invested a lot into this already. I'm just like, man, I'm already here. Like,
I think it's also important to acknowledge that like the path doesn't look the same for everyone. You know, like people say, yo, if you want to do this, you have to go to school, or if you don't, then drop out. But like, not really.
Yeah.
You know, there are people who have done that other path as well. Look at you, you're here doing it and killing it.
Thank you.
Quite frankly. No, man.
I want to tap in a little bit into, we were speaking about competitions you've entered and won. Luckily for us, you're the second Empower person we've had on here. You know, shout out to us here at Sishi.
Let's go.
But I want to tap into a little bit about your journey with Empower, any interactions you've had with Mr. Easy, like how's that process been?
Look, second Empower artist, but third Empower affiliate.
So by Milan.
Yeah, Mr. Rendell. Shout out Mr. Rendell.
These are episodes you guys must go back and watch. That's why we say it. Okay.
I watched the song twice.
Watch the song twice, and then you like it twice, and then you comment 3 times. You see what I'm saying? Exactly.
That's how you get into heaven, by the way.
That's great.
You know that video? If you go to heaven, don't see me.
Empower, wow, that was 2019.
Yeah, you're old though.
Yeah, bro. Tell me about it. You guys,
I was old, eh?
Listen, I'm not that old. Relax. Like I feel like
I've been 21. I won't lie.
as far as I'm concerned,
why is the live studio audience, man?
Time has stopped moving since 2020. Whatever age I was then, that's what age I am now.
I agree with that. True.
Man, Empower was. It was really cool. So sorry, please repeat the question. Like, what
I pretty much just want to know like your journey. Also, probably like working with like a big brand, maybe for like the first time, and how was like in like actually integrating that into your process at the time, studying and just the girl in the Durag.
Okay, so Empower, for me, like at the time it was like just after I was already starting, like had a bit of social media buzz, and the competition came about, and I was like, I really want to enter. It's so funny because all my friends had entered and they were all winning, and like I was just not getting picked. And I was like, that is some bullshit. Like, you guys are lying. There's no way. And I'd given up hope. And then I remember on the 1st of January 1st, 2019, is when they announced me.
Crazy.
I was like,
you're like,
it's done. Like, and then the announcement.
Easy.
I was like, you suck, all of you. But then they finally picked me, which was really, really awesome.
Yeah.
And it was eye-opening to say the least. Obviously, there were a lot of people that were involved in the first Empower. It was 100 people. And they were all across Africa. So I think what I will say is it gave me the opportunity to network with a lot of different artists, and I met a lot of my friends and musical peers. I met through Empower. Actually, the song that I did for Empower was recorded by my friend Zeno. And I had never met him before.
Which Zeno is this?
Zeno G.
The clap.
Yes, what I'm talking
Yo,
about.
Zeno,
Shout
send me
out
my
Zeno
music.
G.
You, Zeno, you. Send me my music.
Zeno's beefing with me. So I can't say too much.
No, joking. It's all love. We love Zeno.
But I think the point I'm trying to make is meeting Zeno led me to the next competition that I entered. And like, that was a very important link that happened. I feel like that was literally divine, like,
intervention.
Yeah, divine intervention. It was like a divine, like, time, everything just, like, worked perfectly. Like, the timing, the placement. It was very random. Like, my friend was just like, okay, someone's going to come record you, and it happened to be Zeno.
Wow.
And then we became very good friends, and then boom.
That is a huge coincidence, man.
Right?
I'm literally working with him right now, and he's super talented.
Man, that guy.
He's like...
he's so good.
He's so good, and he's definitely got all the experience under his belt, and it's just...
The network.
You know what I love working with Zeno?
Yeah.
In the session, he makes me better. In the session, and that is a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you can work with someone and you can feel that, if someone else was working with me on this, I might not have given this good of a performance. Zena is that guy, so just flowers to that boy.
An amplifier.
Yeah, we do love you.
I want to take us somewhere a little bit lighthearted.
Let's go.
And I see a shirt you got on. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about it.
Did you not like meet her last year?
Let's talk about it.
Did you, yes or no, throw bones?
Okay.
Yeah. And Kehlani, guys, I'm talking about Kehlani right now.
Where's your girlfriend question? People
say you don't ask enough spicy questions, always Alex. So I was like, let me try something.
I don't know what they're talking about.
To be honest, I feel like the whole time I was on autopilot. Because I knew that so what happened was we were having a meet and greet. I knew we were having a meet and greet. I was prepared for that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I'm prepared for. I was ready for that. I was like, let me go, just before a set, when I was like changing, first of all, and I knew how the night was gonna go. I was like, I'm not gonna get drunk. I stopped drinking 3-4 hours ago. I was like, I'm ready. No one's fucking disappointed. No one. Not a single soul. And then I actually first met her on stage, which was crazy. I was just like, I didn't expect that to happen.
Well, like mid-sets, where you guys like swapping on sets.
No, so she called me up on stage.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was literally there like, when they do that thing, like you see
Yeah.
them in videos.
Yeah. But now that's
I was like, so dumb. Obviously they're pointing at you. I was like, she's definitely not talking to me. She's talking to you.
Crazy.
And she's like, no, you. So that was amazing. Did I throw bones? I wish I did.
Oh,
okay.
I wish I did. Let me say this. I think I did exactly what I was supposed to do, and I think it led to like a better relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think there's longevity there. There's two ways to
story is
approach
not
meetings.
Are you guys still connected?
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. That's
That's
a good flower and like Kehlani, you know where you're supposed to be.
We probably won't have to say her name right then.
Kehlani, no.
I think someone told her that like that's your name in South Africa.
And she said, of course.
It was Slicker, I remember.
The Slicker said, shout out Slicker.
And I was like, I know you guys, and you know what actually was so funny? I was like, there's no way Kehlani's gonna test South Africa and no one's gonna tell her about me.
Exactly.
I've been grafting my whole life for this moment. And I was just like, damn, y'all niggas really, okay,
That's
cool.
crazy. That's crazy. Let me steal a question from the live audience from the previous episode.
Yes.
So we're talking to Kate.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yeah, no, we mess with the vibes and we mess with where you're at right now. But then they were like, what's the end goal? What's the goal? So for you right now, Hanna, obviously, like, people define a goal differently. Mm-hmm. So in your definition of your goals, what is your goal?
Ooh, that's a nice one. Initially, I used to think the goal was, like, success. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
blowing up, and becoming huge, and like just can't walk in the streets, and everyone knows, and like, yeah, exactly. Literally, I was like, that's it. That's what it's gonna be. But now, after like this year and just all of these experiences that I've had, I think the goal now.
World peace.
Yes. Hashtag.
World peace.
But I think now the goal is. I just want to be able to live a life that allows me to create. That's really the goal to me. Like, I've let go of superstardom. I've let go of being a favorite. Like, I've let go of all of these things. And I'm like, if I can create something that allows me to sustain creating more, that's the plan. That's the plan. And just keep making stuff. And I know that it will find the people that it's supposed to find. And whether that's going to be, whether I've met that maximum now, or there's more to come. Like, I made my peace with that. I think I had to let go of it having to be this gigantic thing. You know what I mean?
No, I love that. I love that, and I love that perspective as well.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna try and take it for myself because, I don't know, man. Everyone needs to go through the ringer and define that for themselves.
Absolutely.
I love it. Hanna,
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you, man.
And we're gonna see how amazing your answer to the next question is, because it's top five time.
Okay. Let's talk.
Okay, so top 5 is a segment of the show where we ask the guest to tell us 5 things. 5 things. 5 things. That.
I can see the edit already.
Did you guys hear editors?
So you just give us 5 things in a specific bucket or category that we ask you for. Okay. For example, 5 shorts brands. You'll be like, ooh, Granadilla. Ooh, like, I don't know, Bambi. Hey, I think there's an actual shorts brand called Granadilla. I'm
gonna take it from you, man.
I'm not gonna fight you.
I sure.
Like, yeah.
Get the gist. Top five. Who's going first? Me first.
You go
Me
first.
first. Okay, so Hanizo.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Why are you making that face?
No.
Why are you making that face?
Hanna,
Yes.
you blonde right now.
Yes, I am.
Who are your top 5 blonde people in the world?
Ooh, that's a good one. Top 5 blonde people. Damn. Who's blonde? Like, let me think.
Yeah.
All time.
That was a good one.
Top 5 blonde of all time.
I like that question.
Does this extend to everything and does it have to be in order?
Doesn't have to be in order and it extends to everything.
So like
So you can be like,
characters.
I was blonde in January or Alex in January. You know what I'm saying?
Or if you want to just say Goku Super Saiyan 3, that's cool too.
Okay.
Pikachu.
Number 1, Kehlani, anytime she was ever blonde.
Oh yeah.
It has to be.
Has she been blonde? Because it could be connected.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, there's a yes.
Definitely.
Yo, Live Studio Audience said yes very fast.
Everything.
Is everything alright?
Period. Blonde people. Damn. Like, now that you say it, I'm like, who the fuck is? Am I blonde?
Who made you do blonde? Now you must
Who made
ask
me
the
do
question.
blonde? Yeah. I know who actually made me want to get my hair dyed blonde. There's an artist called Destin Conrad.
I know
Okay.
Love
He was
him.
blonde and actually saw that. I was like, damn, that looks hard. I'm gonna do that.
No, I love his music.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Destin Conrad. Kristen Bell. Do you guys know Kristen Bell? She voiced one of the characters on
Papa
Frozen.
Pose. Oh.
What? What did you
Nah.
say?
Nah.
What did you say?
Nah.
You said something.
You can rewind.
Okay. Damn. She's like, I don't even know any other. I'm like, none of my friends are blonde.
Oof.
And then me, every other time I've dyed my hair.
Yes. That's the correct answer.
J facts. Temba, hit us.
Shout out to them.
Okay, Hanna. 5 dream features.
5 dream features.
Mm.
Oof.
And you're on their song now, so that you know what kind of lane you can jump into.
Oh, I'm on their song?
You're on their song.
You're on their song.
Shekinah. It has to
Shekinah,
happen, and
right.
I will make it happen. It has to
Shekinah.
happen. Shekinah.
It'll happen. Shout out to Shekinah.
Soon even.
And then Shekinah before that, just passed by Posties.
Yeah, and tell us how the session was.
Real. Shekinah. I know people are expecting me to say Kehlani. I will say Kehlani. Wait,
Like, I know people are gonna.
I feel like there was like a hidden bet here. To be honest, I could probably only give you like a top 3. There's not a lot of people that who I'm trying to feature with right now. Oh, Mick Jenkins. Sorry.
Shout out, Mick.
Definitely Mick Jenkins. That's my guy.
Back-to-back episode, his name popped up. I
No,
love
because
that.
he's that guy. He really is that guy. J. Cole. That's my boy. Love him.
Dread
Love
hit
his
it.
work.
Don't save her.
And Will Lindy.
Whoa!
Now we love Will on the podcast, man.
If you're watching,
Alright, I'm gonna see him next week at Daisies.
Yeah.
That man is skipping our dates. Whoa, let's attend your date, you
Okay, guys, before we wrap up this amazing episode, we have a question from our producer.
Ooh, lovely.
I have a question. Anyone back home that you want to feature with?
Oh man.
Say nah.
Anyone back? You know what the crazy thing is? There are a few people back home that I have featured with. So the people that I want to work with are Denim Woods. You guys should check him out if you haven't heard of him. He's amazing.
Say the name again.
Denim Woods.
Denim Woods.
Denim Woods. Son, if you haven't heard of him, incredible rapper as well.
Okay.
Gemma Griffiths,
Yeah.
one of my really good friends as well. All these people are my homies. Shout out the homies.
Shout out
Homies
the
are so
homies,
talented,
man.
bro.
Shout out the homies.
Yeah, that's all I can think of for now. I think those are my people.
Love it. Hanna. Yeah, no, it's my motorbike. Anyway.
Getting stolen.
It's leaving.
Motorbike.
Yo, Hanna, any last words, bro?
Like in life, like I'm gonna die.
No, like for the next
My
2 minutes,
word.
bro.
On the podcast.
You'll never
In
die
part one,
until
part one.
you give us at least 10 albums.
Yeah.
Be scared
That's
after 10.
just wrong.
I know, but she must be scared after 10.
After 10, it's like, yo, every day now.
Imagine like that's gonna be my life.
No.
10 albums later,
That's
I'm
true,
like
that's
every
true.
day I have crazy anxiety.
Oh, the
Any
Woody
last
Allen.
words? I mean, I think my last words would be just thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Wow.
Like, it's been wonderful, like, knowing you guys. I've known you for a really long time.
Yeah.
I think this is super dope
Yeah.
what you're doing, and I think any opportunity people give me to talk, I'm gonna do it.
Please.
So thank you for letting me do that for like with all these good vibes. And
the vibes don't stop.
Yeah.
Posties.
See you people at Daisies. You need to come to rock in the Daisies. Please
Tell
come
him.
find me. You'll see me there. I'll be the hardest one.
Yes, blondes have more fun.
No.
We're testing that theory out for real.
Yeah, we know for real.
We've all gone through the test.
Everyone here has been blonde this year.
How'd it go?
I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun. Maybe some would say too much fun.
Blondes do have fun.
Wait.
But yeah, I want to say thank you so much, Hanna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cultish, for having us again.
Thank
I want to
you,
say thank you to Fresh and Sip, guys. 100% orange juice, Cape Town owned. And then, guys, they thought I was gonna forget about the live studio audience.
We're full of cultish though. There's no space to even
We're
make
full of
clothes.
cultish, guys. We're like cancer and we filled up the dough. But guys, as always, the journey continues.
That was amazing. Energy.
Thank you so much.